So this is actually where the intervention starts, believe it or not. So I'm going to say a sound, you say it back. Everyone just say the sound buh. What's moving to make that sound? Your lips, your tongue, or your nose made the sound buh. Okay, lips. Everyone agree? Watch your neighbor next to you. Does her lips make the sound buh? You can look at it and see. Okay, so the next question is, but what did your lips do? Do your lips stay closed? Do your lips pop apart? Do your lips slide side by side? What do they do? Okay, so we need a name for that. So we kind of know what we're talking about. That sounds where your lips come together, your lips pop apart. I'm gonna give you 3 choices. Should we call it a nose wiggler? Should we call it a lip popper? Should we call it a tongue smacker? How come? That's exactly what it does. Okay, let's try another one. This is not the lips working this time. See what's working now? Make the sound duh. Duh. What's working now to make the sound in your mouth when you say duh? Your tongue. How's your tongue moving? Does it stay up there a long time? Does it swing side to side? Does it tap and come back down? So since your tongue is tapping, seeing how awake you are, guess what we're going to call this one? Tongue tapper. You guys are catching on. You're not asleep. This is good. It's a tongue tapper. But some of the most common letters kids mix up when they're younger are B and D. But as soon as they learn, hey, a buh is a B is a lip popper, duh is a D, it's a tongue tapper, they immediately stop mixing up B's and D's. Because you basically have taught them 4 to 5 discriminating features for the sound, and then you added the letter last. It's got a name, it's got a visual, it's got a tactile, it's got a kinesthetic, and it's got an acoustic. And then you actually go to the letter last. Because you guys are an educated audience. Let's just think about this for a minute. Why does the B say buh? What's the logic behind the shape of the letter B? Why doesn't letter B go with the sound guh? Why doesn't letter B go with the sound ooh? What's the logic behind the shape of our alphabet letters? Yeah, trick question. There isn't any. There's no logic at all. These are purely abstract symbols. So there's no way to logically know, oh, that says buh because it's the shape says put your lips together. And no, there's no logic like that whatsoever. It would be nice. Would have made English a lot easier. But we know from child development and even the development with adults, concrete concepts are learned easier first, abstract concepts come later. So once we've got these pictures and we know how to work things together, we can say, hey, you know what? Let's take this sound here and this one's where you're gonna go and just go E. And what does it look like I'm doing when I say E? Am I frowning? Am I smiling? Am I swinging my lips? Yeah, I'm smiling. So guess what we're gonna call that one? That's a smile sound. Okay, so if I want to take the smile sound E and I want to put a tongue tapper after it, whoops, here's that E here. Sorry, it's giving me a little trouble. It's grabbing everything. There we go. There's my smile sound E. You won't have learned this yet, but this would be our tongue tapper picture. So make your smile sound E, then make your tongue tap up in front quietly. Put the two together. Eat. You just read a word, but I have no letters. So we can start with the mouth picture, start working on the actual core skill of reading is blending sounds together, okay? And I could say to you, you know, okay, well, that's what reading is. What about if I wanted you to spell something? What if I said, hey, I want you to use these pictures and spell the word, how about foot? What do you feel first when you say foot? You think it's this one, or this one? All right, bottom right, okay? And when your lip is on that one, this is called a lip cooler. They're gonna bring up the lip cooler picture, the f. Okay, what are they feeling next for foot? Think it's going to be an E, think it's going to be a think it's going to be ah. Yeah, is this one? And what shape is your mouth when you say Is it square or round? So guess what we call that one? A round sound. You guys don't make it any harder than it is. It's just your mouth is round. It's called a round sound. Now, honestly, I could give you the real names for these. In graduate school of speech pathology or linguistics or even neuropsychology, this is not called a lip popper, but it's actually called a bilabial plosive. But nobody wants to learn that terminology, and especially, but if some adults push back at me and say, man, this is baby stuff. I know how to speak. I'm like, no problem. We'll learn bilabial plosive, fricative, nasal. Like, no. Okay, I'm good with lip popper is fine. Tongue tapper is fine. I could use all the big words you really want to, tax your brain, but this just makes it move faster.
Did they change the name from stop to plosive? Isn't it also called stop?
There's some that are stops and some that are plosives. Okay. Yeah. So then you got, and you've got your round sound, and what do we need last on the end there? Yeah, t. Which one's gonna make the sound t? That one. Yep, right there next to it. Okay, taking a word and represent it with visual symbols, is that reading or spelling? When you have to put something down on paper, are you reading or spelling? You're spelling. This is spelling. I gave you the word foot, you held it in head, you split it apart, figured out the first sound, you figured out the second sound, and you put the symbol that represents it. But right now we're not using letters, we're using pictures of the mouth. So we're going to train this up to 3 sound words, and then later we're going to go into adding letters, because when we add the letters, then you're going to start to see we can actually organize everything together. And I could give you 15 pictures of the mouth, covers every speech sound in the entire English language. I got the lip sounds, poppers and coolers. I got the tongue sounds, tongue tappers, tongue scrapers, tongue coolers. I got the air sounds, skinny air, fat pushed air. Sorry, it's not politically correct. Fat pushed air. We got the nose sounds, we got the lip sound, tongue sounds, we got the wind sounds. And then we got 3 vowel groups. And then after a while, guess what? We take the mouth pictures completely away, because now they know when they see this letter, oh, they have my tongue scrapes in the back, and it's the loud tongue scraper, G. When they see this letter, oh, that's a lip popper, it's going to say buh. And so we've built this stronger sensory motor system first, and stronger blending skills and stronger segmenting skills. And then we've trained their phonological processor from 2 sound words to 5 syllable words, where they can judge addition, omission, substitution, deletion. And then that's why we get these massive gains in a short amount of time. And even in some of our case studies of bilingual dyslexics, we train all this in English, and guess what happens to their Spanish skills? They show equal growth on Spanish skills, because I didn't train English. I trained their brain's ability to perceive sounds, and judge changes. And Spanish has sounds too. So then you don't have to do any other language training. That goes right there together. And what we've done is we've wired all these systems together, and we've wired together that tactile kinesthetic part of the sound, the acoustic part of the sound, the visual part of the sound, and then we've added some cognition of lip popper, tongue tapper, smile sound. It gives you a way to reason and problem solve from sensory information.